Yo, what's going on, man? Y'all know what's happening. Y'all tuned into another great episode of the Dad Podcast, man. We got something special for y'all today. But look, though, man, we've been keeping them live interviews coming, man. They've been going. We've been progressing every week. If y'all haven't tuned in, y'all be sure to tune in. Go back. You going to like it. Subscribe. Subscribe, man. If you don't do nothing else, subscribe to the channel. We're going to keep it coming. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I got the guys up in here. I'm with the dads. Y'all already know what's
What's
happening.
going on, y'all?
Yo,
And Joey.
Hey, but
what's
we
good?
got somebody special in here today.
Yeah, we got my boy here
My
today.
boy.
What's up? Who's your boy, man?
Man, longtime friend, you feel me? We all went to school with him and everything.
For sure.
Yeah.
Me and my boy did business together. We hung, you know what I mean? We did all type of frivolous things together. We made money together. My boy, one and only Chef
Most
Rondo.
Chef
Yo,
Rondo.
Rondo.
What up, fellas? What up?
What's the
Welcome,
deal,
welcome, man. Welcome.
You got a special
Appreciate
treat in for us today. We about to get
Yeah.
full, it look like.
Yeah, I had to come. I had to feed my guys one time.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
I
right.
Who
done-
doing that? Come on,
that's
man.
Right.
Ain't nobody doing it.
Yeah,
not
that's
like this. Not
Right,
like
yeah.
this.
We gotta,
Nah, I
we gotta
appreciate
appreciate each other, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And I
We-
appreciate y'all having me up here.
And we
Sure.
for sure appreciate this, my boy. Why?
Yeah.
Got us some good brunch cracking.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What we got down there,
So a
man?
little bit on the right, we got some cornbread waffles with fried chicken nuggets and a spiced honey, a hot honey drizzle.
Oh,
And then in the middle there, you got some barbecue ribs. You know, it's the Independence Day thing. Summer coming up, or summer already here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's here.
Homemade sauce from
Okay.
scratch. Nothing on them ribs is from a jar.
wow.
And then on the left, far left, you got the I don't even got a name for them yet, but it's a cornbread bowl, black eyed peas, fried chicken on top.
That's that Rondo
man.
special then.
That's
Yeah,
the
Rondo special.
That's
Then. There it
That's
go.
it, man.
There it go.
On the
Right
Dad
here.
Podcast.
That's the Rondo
Man,
special.
you gotta
then.
Yes.
Yes,
Rondo
the
special.
RS, man. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Got it
That's
smelling
RS.
good in here, man.
Yeah, but that's the first version of it. You'll be able to top that thing with collard greens,
Oh, wow.
yams. It's soul food all the
That's
way.
soul
Soul food in the
Soul
bowl.
food in a bowl all
Oh,
the way.
wow, that's-
Cornbread
that's
bowl. You
dope.
can eat that thing.
Yeah.
Man.
Ooh. Eat
What?
the bowl,
You can eat the bowl.
Yeah.
But no, well, how's life though, man? How's life been going?
Life has been good. Life has been up and down, ins and outs. Just working, really though.
Yeah.
That's been my life, working in the kitchen,
Okay.
trying to get this thing off the ground.
What's some of your latest ventures you've been having going on, man?
The latest thing, I was just recently head chef at Tennessee Jack's, which is in the Zafaria area. So
Oh, okay.
the Anaheim and Terminal area of
Okay.
Long Beach, far east side, you would
Right.
say.
Right.
22.
And then from that, just catering. Just
Okay.
catering. I just recently catered for, it's called Adventures to Dreams.
Mhm.
And that's on behind Drake Park, actually. And it's a small upcoming little farm, and it was a boys' day. So
Oh,
I
wow.
went barbecue for all the young men out there
Okay.
that came through. Ages, I believe the oldest was maybe 13, so
Ooh.
from 6 to 13. You know, and they're doing a great program there all summer. So
Okay.
that's dope.
That's
And
what's up,
then
man.
from there, really just rebranding myself,
Rebranding.
myself, trying to get up out the hole that I kind of put myself in, kind of got typecasted. So I'm just rebranding my whole company now.
Okay.
Okay.
What you got typecasted as?
A pop-up.
Mm.
Pop-up. So Northtown Bistro originally, its first inception is a restaurant. Like,
Okay.
it's a small bistro type restaurant for me to get out my creative ideas as well as bring soul food to North Long Beach, to Long Beach, period. Because literally it's only about,
It's only a few.
Sure.
hours.
literally if you can count them on one
Right,
hand,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
how
for
many
sure.
soul food restaurants there are in the city.
Only a couple, one or two good ones.
And
If that-
out of that handful you can
Yeah,
count.
'cause all
There's
that
only
soul food don't
Right,
ain't
yeah.
good.
man.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to bring. So just doing that, trying to get that name out there, Northtown Bistro. I started doing pop-ups with it.
Okay.
So the catering's kind of dwindled down because people would only see me as a pop-up. So they'll
Okay.
hit me up, they'll call me or inbox me, hey, when's the next time you're popping up?
Mm.
Or, hey, I'm looking for a pop-up for this. But really, this is what I do. Like, this is
Right.
where I excel. Like, catering, private chef, things like that.
Okay.
That's what's up. So how long you being a self-made chef? What do you think? Because
I
you
would
was at
say-
Tennessee Jacks, you say, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
that was a few months. That was only
talk to us
literally
about
3
that.
months. I've been operating in Northtown Bistro for going strong the past 4 years now.
4 years. And where can the people
4 years
find
now.
you at if they want to get some of this good food?
The people, they can find me on Instagram, Facebook, wherever. You can just literally Google Northtown Bistro, and all my information will pop up.
Okay, for sure. So talk to us a little bit about your journey. How did that work? When did you become an independent chef?
Mm-hmm.
When did the Tennessee Jacks come into place?
Mm-hmm.
Talk to us about
It
that.
gives a timeline. Like, how did all this come about?
So,
Pandemic. How did that
All
play
that.
for it?
2019, I was a mechanic, literally a backyard home chef or home cook, and only cooking for myself. 2019 happened. 2020, about the April 2019, like got linked with Des, another homie of ours, Tony, and we got into business together. And I was just cooking at home, just cooking for myself. So from there, we started a business together, and then from there, it just sparked it in me. Like we did one pop up. We did.
That's when y'all had the walking wings, right?
Yeah. That's what it was. Walking
Hey,
wings.
That's
man,
legendary.
hey,
That's some
yeah,
legendary
man.
right there for sure.
Look, it was going crazy with it. And the next, by the time we was ready for the next pop up, I went to work. Told him I quit. Like I'm going to cook.
Right.
No
Quit
type of
job.
parents was mad. Like, you crazy. Like,
Yeah.
no plan. Never worked in the kitchen before. And then so from that, I started at Gus's Fried Chicken on the east side as a dishwasher.
Okay, so look. Let me slow down for a little bit. So you was a mechanic before you got into the cooking.
Yep.
So you went to school and everything to
Yep.
do
To be a
mechanic
mechanic.
work.
Yep.
Mechanic
Used the
for a
last of
while.
my GI Bill to go be a mechanic. Started a mechanic business, RW Auto Care. Y'all,
Yeah.
y'all probably,
you see,
y'all
my
probably
brakes.
see it.
I
up out
think I
there.
probably
Yeah.
pulled up once or twice and got
My
a
brakes, all
oil
that.
change or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
That's a drastic change, bro. You really go from getting your hands dirty to got to keep your hands clean all the time. How was that? You feel me? Like, and why cooking? That's far from your scope.
Forget, he quit his job over a limb. One pop up.
One pop up. Yeah.
You seen
we did
how
it with
successful it could be.
We did it zero because we did it with $0.
Yeah. And it wasn't. I seen how successful it could be. It sparked a passion within me.
Okay.
It was something that, like you said, we started with literally nothing. Like, we $0. And then from there, I just knew, okay, I can do this.
It was just an idea.
It was just an idea. I had maybe sold a rib plate sort of like this for $5 just to see what people was, just see if people was, messing with it, if people liked it or not.
Right.
But from there, I had never actually considered doing a restaurant thing.
Let's see if I'm gonna try one of these ribs.
Yeah, try one of them ribs.
It's gas.
Look, they fire. They fire.
It's gas.
Yeah, let's know something.
Yeah, but the change for me was it was easy. I was one of those kids who had ESPN and the Food Network on all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was already pretty much.
Like I said, it just sparked that light in me. Like, okay, go get it now.
Yeah.
Like, this is for you. So that's what I went and did.
You make the right decision because it's real pressure. It's real
Boy,
pressure, bro.
I appreciate it.
That's what's up. Hey, so what was that journey though?
That journey from
Talk to me about walking wings.
So walking wings, fried chicken, fried rice, and I had never even. I give like
Shout out to Tony for that
shout out
vision.
to the homie
Shout out
Tony
Tony
D.
D. Yes, sir.
For real, and even still nobody does it. Like, even still nobody does that. Like,
That
puts
shit was
those
genius,
two
bro.
combinations together, right? You got fried rice, we got wing places all the time, all day.
That's a great combo.
Great combo. Still to this day we can look.
We had our own sauce and all that.
All that.
Yeah, it was.
So from there,
I know,
like,
I kept coming back on a regular. I put it up on a regular.
Yep, we made delivery the day they know that nigga. So yeah.
from there, and like I told them, I just want to cook. That's all I ever wanted to do was cook. Not be in the limelight, nope. I just want to cook, make sure the recipes, make sure my food is right, make sure people is happy with the food. And then from Walking Wings, I really went into Northtown Bistro. So I started, like I said, started working at Gus's Fried
So
Chicken.
what happened with Walking Wings? How did that?
Walking Wings, what happened was
Because I was looking
weren't-
forward to more wings. That's why I'm asking. Because
Right.
we wasn't
you
ready.
delivered that Walking Wings.
We wasn't ready.
We wasn't
Everything
ready.
was going fast.
Like mentally.
Dez
we
was on the
weren't ready.
grind too with the Walking Wings.
Oh, man, you know how
We
I
was-
get when I get stuff, man. I don't even cook.
Look, and my
No.
boy was
I don't
getting
cook,
it
bro.
out there. Like,
Yeah,
I don't cook.
no, I know.
I was just go, you
brought
know what I
the
mean?
people.
Yeah.
I brought the people. We made some. It wasn't. We wasn't ready. We didn't have no. You know what I mean? And it wasn't no business.
yeah, we was just cooking.
Okay.
You feel me? And I wasn't really with that.
Nah, you can't. You
Mm.
literally can't survive. Like,
Even
fast forward real quick, Tennessee Jack, same thing. You can't just, in this industry, you can't just cook.
Hmm.
Like, this is not me just cooking.
So
like-
what is it? Talk to me about it.
It's a life. Like, for 2 years, from Walking Wings to I've worked at Gus's, like hopped on the bus to go to Inglewood so I can prep for Blue Kitchen, Chef Grub.
So,
Coming
Blue
back
Kitchen.
so I can drop my kids off at school just to be at Gus's at 8 in the morning to wash dishes again. Like,
Mm.
but I walked into Gus's like I ain't never worked in the kitchen before. I'll start, I've always thought start at the bottom, work your way up. So that
Opportunity.
way,
You was just taking the opportunity.
yeah. Told him I'm only washing dishes for 90 days, bro. No more, no less.
Yeah.
The next step after 90 days is whatever step up from that. And that's
Yeah.
exactly what I did. And then from Gus's, the pandemic happened pretty much. But I
Wow.
was on the verge of, like I said, I was working at a few different restaurants.
we had the food truck going for a little
The
quick
food
second.
truck
Yeah,
going,
yeah.
like, and selling plates and doing all that.
Them po' boys was fire. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh, yeah.
Look,
He brought
Look,
he gave
it-
I tried some of his brisket one time. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna
no,
lie.
he could barbecue.
Yeah,
for
he
sure.
do his thing. So,
and that journey is, and that's how I know it's a life. Like it took up a good chunk of 2 years of my life for me just to get to the point of where I'm at now. And my greatest sacrifice in that was sacrificing time with my kids.
Mm.
That was the greatest sacrifice I can say I made throughout that 2 years, and that I'm now trying to
Yeah, biggest
trying to
sacrifice,
make
not the
up.
greatest.
yeah.
Biggest, right?
So
because
so
ain't nothing bigger than my kids.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Not the
yeah.
greatest,
Yeah,
biggest.
yeah,
like,
yeah. The biggest.
Yeah.
The biggest
So
so
sacrifice.
doing all this
Yeah.
all this and through the pandemic and everything like that, right?
Mhm.
I know you personally. I consider you a friend. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
But at the same time, we might have seen certain things as far as you might post certain things on social media.
Mm-hmm.
I know you was married. You're married. You were married,
was
if not married.
Yeah, I was married. Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about that and how that played a role in you being an independent chef. What did you have to go through? What was the time frame of that as well?
I got divorced I got married in 2006.
We were young. Listen, listen though. Listen.
Oh, yeah,
we just
two of the
graduated
people
high
here
school.
went-
We went to my boy bachelor party for real.
Oh, man, this-
My boy
Yeah.
was young,
18.
like young. We like, damn, my G
Already.
getting married, and it was
Right.
cool. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, damn, my boy getting young at 18. You really don't see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
That was the
don't-
first bachelor party I went to was yours, for sure.
Mm.
Yeah,
was
my
fun,
shit-
man.
Hey, that shit was lit.
It
My
was
first
fun,
one
man.
was yours.
Yeah.
Was it? Look, and from
They
there,
charged me, too.
We gotta get them niggas, bro.
It's my boy, though.
Nah.
I'd say so, my boy. I love to say so. That's what made me know he was my type of boy.
the bachelor party.
No, he took a.
Because
he-
it wasn't even no charge.
There was no charge, but he seen it. He like, oh, these niggas drunk. Let me see. Let me stop them. Boom. He like, you know what I mean? Oh, these my little brother homies. I got them. I loved it. Oh, niggas was man.
Shout out, say so, man.
He was like, honey, he was like, nigga, give me I need $5 to get in, nigga. Nigga gave him a dub. Like, here, you got it.
Shit, that's what's up.
No, that's my boy. I love say so every time.
Shit.
What's going on?
But from there, I ended up having 3 kids with the same. I was married for 12 years, 13 years. And then 2020, 2019, I mean, it was rocky. Like you said, we was young. Like, literally grew up together. And I can now sit back and think, like, we just grew up into two people who, if we met now, probably wouldn't click like that. And not even in a bad way, just not romantic. Like we'll probably be a little smash session one time,
Y'all
couple
learned
times.
so much, though, and
Yeah.
y'all grown so much from.
From we was, and that's how I know, because one thing. So I was sitting at a bar one day having a couple drinks by myself, doing some work. Guy comes up, sitting next to me. We start talking. So we talk about, start talking about my marriage and all that stuff. So I tell him, if I met her today, the same thing I just said, if I met her today, I wouldn't, I'm not marrying her. And then he asked me, well, would you not marry the person you know her as, or the person she would be had she never met you and y'all not met? And then I was like, oh.
That's a deep question.
Oh, shit, I can't. And so since then, I've stopped saying that because I don't know.
But you just told us that.
Yeah.
No,
For sure.
Nah,
we
for
grew
sure.
up into two different people.
Yeah.
Had I met who she is, who she would have been without me, I don't know. But the person that I watched grow into who she is, with my involvement and all, I wouldn't come back 10 years later, how some people do. 10 years later, they come back and get married. We not doing that.
You don't see that never in your future.
You see, y'all on two spectrums now.
We on two different, totally different spectrums.
But do y'all have an understanding?
As far as the kids,
y'all have a good relationship. That's good.
The relationship is cool. We get rocky at times.
I say work on building that. You know what I'm saying.
My main thing.
Of course, you're gonna be with like you said. They know each other since they was 13.
It take time. It take time.
We've been for 13 years, probably together.
Yeah,
extra.
bro.
You
Since
feel me?
middle school, we've known each other.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Y'all watch each other grow up.
Literally, grow up.
I could definitely understand. Take time,
and
though, like you
super
said.
time. And that time is me, as far as me building me, helping me in my journey. It taught me a discipline that I didn't know I could have outside of being in the military, which is sitting and working through whatever issues is on the outside world, really compartmentalizing. Compartmentalizing without letting it fester. Because I still sit through and I think about, I go through all my emotions. I go through shit that I think about. If me and my ex-wife get into it, afterwards, if I'm at work or whatever, I'll compartmentalize it. But when I get off work, I sit and I think about it. Let me work through this process, because if I need to apologize, then I need to apologize. If I need to just let it go and drop it, then I'll just let it go and drop it. But I got to get those feelings out regardless. So that's what, because a lot of this shit happened throughout my transition.
Yeah.
Have you ever seek therapy or counseling?
Yeah. I went to counseling. I went to therapy one time. And it was actually a marriage counseling that I was supposed to go to, but some shit went down between me and my ex, and I had already had the date scheduled. So, honestly, it was not. I didn't believe in going to, we're not gonna do marriage counsel, and we not be married, we not be together.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not going to sit here, because
if it's done, it's done.
Yeah, if it's done, it's done. I can go to individual counseling by myself. If we need to do that, but we're specifically going to marriage counseling, to work on our marriage. So once the counseling is over, you can't go continue to do what you do, and I can't go continue to do what I do, because what the fuck was the point of going to counseling, right?
Makes sense.
So we got into it over that, and I said, well, you know what? I'm going to still go. If you want to come join us? She was literally in the other room while I was sitting in there talking to the therapist. And off that one counseling session, I cried. I really felt like...
Let some shit off your chest, huh?
I let some shit off my chest.
For sure.
I haven't been back since then.
It's good to get a good cry in.
It is, and that's what I felt like. That one, even though it was one session, I felt like that one session allowed me to be able to, like I just told y'all, sit and really process my emotions.
Yeah, process. We got to talk to somebody without no interruption.
No interruption.
Go crazy.
Right. She just listened to me. And then at the end of it all, she was like, I don't see why, you need, not everybody can use therapy. She was like, but Like I didn't have to say anything to you.
Yeah.
Like,
No, you was
you had
you,
it all.
I think you were already
processed
open.
out.
I think you was already open.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm gonna get it out. I'm not holding nothing back. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And she was like, so just go from there and like get counseling if you feel like you need it. But if you stay on that openness path, you stay from that
Yeah.
point, you'll be good.
But some people, you know what I mean? Probably your ex probably want to go. Nobody wants to hear their wrongs, you know what I mean? Or,
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
And you needed to be heard. Like everybody got a voice. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
That
but
was,
you
I
been
think
like
that was the other thing too. I had never felt heard.
Remember
before.
Joe,
Yeah.
who he is.
Oh yeah. What we was talking about?
Yeah.
Oh,
He was part of the Not Happy crew,
Yeah,
man.
you was talking
Yeah.
about your
Like
happiness
my
don't
Happy
matter.
Don't Matter crew.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
And it's
yeah.
hilarious
We
that
talked
both of
about that
y'all
in the
are
past.
divorced. That's the crazy. That's crazy.
because in the grand scheme of, and I'll say it to this day, like in me having to get up and get something done to take care of my family. No, whether I'm happy, sad,
Oh
mad,
no, of course not. You got to.
I got to get up but in the spectrum of a relationship, yeah, of course my happiness matters.
Yeah.
Like my happiness matters to me mostly.
as it
like,
should.
Yeah.
If it don't matter to you, then it's really nothing a person can do about that.
I'm not gonna be in a
No,
relationship with you if
I
my
concur
happiness
with
don't matter
that,
to
bro.
you.
I concur with that, but at the same time too, I had to understand like as growing up too, my actions wasn't always the best neither.
Right.
You feel what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
So at the same time, you realize things like that after, and it's like not just all on you. You see
Mm-hmm.
both sides of the spectrum. You know, so for sure.
And that's very true. Like, and that's helped me with being able to do that. Has helped me with relationships now. Has helped me understand the things that be able to say, like, look, this is where I was wrong in that 12-year marriage. This is what I did, and I openly tell that to anybody that I'm courting or whatever. Like, I'm honestly new to this whole dating thing. Like,
So do you
It's
bring
fierce out there, huh?
it's
Yeah. Do you bring your trauma from your marriage, your previous marriage, into
don't-
new relationships?
I don't bring my trauma. I bring my truths.
Is that trauma? No, let me ask you that. Being with somebody for that long, knowing from middle school, is that
Yeah,
trauma?
100%.
After that?
100%. I
As
was.
far as the kids as well.
I don't want to say like she
Because you didn't want to get
intentionally
divorced at first. Huh?
traumatized me. No, because I didn't want to.
Yeah, he didn't want to get
I
divorced
didn't
at
want it.
first.
I didn't
Right,
believe
that's
in
fair.
divorce.
And
I
she pushed it?
believed- It wasn't she pushed it. It was me really realizing like we're just
This is over.
two different people. Like,
Mhm.
this is now a person that I wouldn't want to be with if I met her now. Like I'm a person that she doesn't even like. Like
And there's no shame to her, not that she's doing nothing crazy. It's just
no.
out of the ordinary from what you want to do and
Yep.
what you see yourself as getting better.
Yeah, and that's
understand that.
really it. It ain't no hard feelings between us. I mean, of course, we have our issues. Like we still had a 12-year relationship, so we still have kids together. But as far as everything else, it's really just about the kids. Like,
Yeah.
it's about the kids. If we can be friends, and I'm not gonna sit here and say she's not my friend. We are friends, but
Mhm.
like I said, we have a intimate relationship. So
Yeah.
some shit I might do might take her off, or some
Mhm.
shit she might do might take me off, inadvertently. But like she's a great mother, so and that's really all I can ask for from her. Like I can't ask for
At
nothing
the end
else.
of the day, yes, sir.
Like take care of my kids, and like I said, when I was 2 years removed, not completely, but I wasn't spending as much time
Mhm.
as I should have been with my children because I was literally going to work.
Right.
Sun up, I'm at work.
Mhm.
Sundown, I'm coming. Sundown, midnight, 2:00 in the morning, I'm coming from work, just to do it all again.
Right. So where does your support come from? Like during that process, like because I know you up and coming chef, like, but you do need some support. You know what I mean? On the
Really,
way,
family,
on the way up, family.
Parents, friends,
Shout out to the Woods. Great people.
man, family.
Woods
like,
family.
Most definitely,
me,
yeah, for
me
sure.
being able to just cook the little, and my mom always was always talking mess. Every day, even to this before while I was cooking this,
Man,
my mom was talking mess, but it's never in a. My parents have never told me you can't do this here.
Mhm.
It's make sure you clean up, or you got to do this, you got to do this. But it was never a you cannot do this here.
And your father was very hands-on from what I've seen. I don't know about as far as the particulars and everything at home, but from what I've seen outside at your bachelor party, everything.
Yeah, my
The
dad
couple
is,
of times that I did have met him or seen him.
Yeah, Pops.
He's been
I remember we
hands-on.
used to come
Pops
hoop
is
and all that
around.
over
Yeah.
there. Yep.
How did that play a role
That-
in who you are today as a father?
Everything. My whole me as a father is stemming from him, which is stemming from my grandfather. Just the whole lineage of men in my family. Even my uncle is me and my uncle, as far as I know, are the only two actually divorced men in the family. And he got my auntie Kim, like, great woman. He got him. He now has him a great woman, great life, great relationship, everything.
Is there shame on that in your family? Like,
Nah.
do you feel shame on it?
Nah, it was I was more so. I more so didn't want to let down. I felt like I would let them down by getting a divorce. Even though watching my uncle go through the same kind of similar situation, not same type of woman, but like I said, same kind of similar situation.
Where it was just like, it ain't nothing happened. We just grew apart.
We just grew apart.
Yeah.
Like, it's nothing happening. We got kids. Like, literally nothing's happening.
That's scary.
Like, it's a scary place to be in because you
What's so scary about that?
just going and looking at somebody.
Because we didn't got married under this holy matrimony, then our feelings just changed.
Just changed.
That's
like,
scary. Not saying like marriage is scary. I'm saying the feeling part. Like, I can just go, my feelings can
It's
just...
up
But
and
feelings
downs
change
with it
though.
though.
Yeah,
Feelings
no.
change all the time.
No, my feelings change, but up and down. Like, you can feel the way, but to the
when
point
it's
where it's like,
consistent.
I
When it's
don't,
like this
I'm not
is-
fucking
when
with you.
it's-
Yeah.
when
I'm not feeling you.
when I look at you and I don't get that same
Yeah.
reaction I get. Like,
It ain't do
it
nothing
ain't-
different. And it's just
it
like the
ain't
same
nothing.
thing no more.
I'm just looking at you. Like, I see you, but I don't really see you. Like, you're just
But
a person here.
Could that also play a part in also like you and probably seeing things that you're not accustomed to and seeing the world as a chef or something like that every day, you know? And learning some of the things that you might like or
No,
dislike,
because
no.
I do real good at separating my personal life from my chef life. Because in the kitchen, I'm a totally different person than you might see at a function or something, or you might see at a dinner or something. Because in the kitchen, I got to be direct. Like, I gotta be direct. I gotta be focused. I don't have time for, if I'm put in a position to lead. Like, I don't have time for anything other than what I'm telling you to do. Right. And in my personal life, I'm a go with the flow. I honestly don't give a fuck what happens.
That's why I be trying to be with my life. I like to go with the flow. Like let you, because I know I can probably if a guy can become a control freak.
Yeah.
So I literally like to just like
for
come
sure.
on, because I will be overbearing.
In my relationship, I was called, like, she thought I was trying to control her, and I'm not trying to control you. It's once I start to see, like, my go with the flow, I'm going with the motion, and the motions is not, all right, now I gotta, this is what we need to do. Like, now I'm not asking you no more.
Right.
And in the kitchen, I got to be working at Tennessee Jacks really made me realize that. I got to be that in the kitchen from the jump. Like, I'm not asking you. I'm telling you what to do, and if you don't like it, then I'll do it. I don't give, I'll do it. But if you don't like it, you're not gonna be here doing anything else.
Do you think your experience in the military kind of might play the role as your how you work in the kitchen?
Yeah, it showed me how to separate that, how to separate the two people, because people in the military have to be that all the time.
You have to.
All the time. People to this day think some people can't turn it off in the military. So the people in the military get this kind of stigma or stereotype as being asshole-ish or being real stern, or especially Army people and people's dads. Like, people go home. Like, in the military, I never went home and was, oh, you gotta have your corners of your bed sheets like
I ain't never
this.
met.
Like,
I got a few homies that went to the Navy and all that. None of them like that.
like yeah,
you wouldn't even know they left sometimes.
like,
how they
yeah, like
fit right back into
especially,
the
and I was on the West Coast most of the time. So the West Coast is literally it's how it is. Like when people think it's real chill, it's chill in the military. Like, on the West Coast, and there are your assholes people who come from the East Coast or whatever, but they get turned around real quick because we not doing that.
So your work does it ever correlate with how you are at home?
At times, because I do have to, in operating my own business, I do have to take work home. Like I do have to go sit and look at the sales for the day or the ingredient list for tomorrow or the taxes or something, whatever it is I got to do for business purposes, paperwork thing. And it could be coming off a day where the kitchen was fucked up. It could be coming off a hard day. Like my last 2 weeks at Tennessee Jacks, I was by myself. Everybody, a couple people got COVID. Things happening personally in other people's lives, and even in that situation, I was working by myself. And the things that happen with the employees, with my crew, it's not. It's really can you be here? No. All right. Then I'm done with the conversation. I have nothing else to say. I don't care about the excuse. I don't care about why. Like people at other jobs may have. You got to come up with an excuse. I don't care. If you call and tell me you can't be here. You sure? There's nothing you could do? All right, bet. I'm on to the next.
Yeah, I don't really like the excuse neither. Just tell me no.
Just tell me no.
you
That's
can't
it.
be here.
Just tell me you can't be here. You don't got to come up with
That's
any excuse.
business.
None of that.
That's business though, for sure.
Because I'm going on to the next. Well, okay, now what I got to do to replace this person or do what I got to do to get their job done?
But I mean, is that an ongoing thing? Do you feel like that has to be a ongoing issue, or is it like, I'm overwhelmed?
No, something I was.
You can't give me an excuse or whatever like that. I'm writing you up because we have shit that happens. Shit happens in life.
No, it's only becomes a problem until it becomes a problem.
Okay.
Like I'm not gonna ever, like you said, people got shit going on. I don't need to know your personal life or what's going on with you personally in order for me to believe that you can't make it to work that day because. At the end of the day, it's just work.
It's work. But at the same time, when you conducting your own business and you have employees, you taking on not too much of their problems, but your businesses too. Yeah. If I can't be there, damn, I got to make these runs. I got to do this, but I have to be here. Yeah. So with you taking on all that pressure, that's what I'm saying. Is that a decision made like, damn, I need to probably just let them go because of you overwhelmed?
Yeah, 100%.
Or is it like, is it with understanding?
It comes down to how they respond to the talk that we gonna have. Because if you calling out or if you can't do something, and just recently I had a event for 200 people. I needed 3 chefs. I had one chef who she went to work that day. She came later in the evening. I had one chef. I was expecting to be there at 3. He called me sent me a text at 2 something saying his car not starting or whatever. Okay. I'll show you the text message. Literally, okay. Same guy I had working for me at Tennessee Jacks. Called, something happened to his car. This thing's car got broken into in the parking lot. Some minor needs to get the handle fixed. Now, me as a mechanic, like I know,
you pretty much got to use your better judgment. Come on, man.
Like,
I know when you bullshitting me. Yeah. At the end of the day,
So after them 2 times, like you said, somebody broke your door handle, dog. Me as a mechanic, no, the door handle ain't gonna prevent you from
the car
coming to work. Car still start. You can roll the window down. You can get in. You know.
Right.
So these 2 times, now the next time I have an event, am I gonna hit this guy up? No,
probably not.
Because you just missed your opportunity.
You just missed your opportunity. Like, he's a great person. Like, outside of cooking, I'll kick it with him. We'll smoke, chill, drink, whatever. But if I need him to come work, I know I can't call him.
Do you feel like niggas bullshit you because you so cool with them?
All the
You
time.
smoke with them, chill with them, and do that.
Yep, all the
I
time.
feel like that's what it is, and you got to separate that. If it's business, it's business. I'm not cool outside of this. Outside of this, bro, we not gonna have a drink. We not gonna smoke. That's all that, cause it's business.
All the
You know
time.
what
And
I'm
that's so
saying? We talk
fucked
about
up because I feel
separating.
like if you my boy, I gotta come show out.
But at the same time, it's like unless you put your boy on, and it's something like But if I'm meeting you or whatever, and I just hired you to do this, it's like, bro, we're not friends.
Yeah, no. We're
At the
not
end of the day,
I hired you, brought you on to do a job, and I'm not asking you nothing. I'm telling you everything to do. Mainly because I've worked it all out before you got here. Like before I even thought about bringing a person on, I've already thought about how I can do this by myself.
yeah.
Like, so now you're just, even my friend, my homegirl, Chef Kiana of A Pinch of Salt, she'll tell you, like, she don't ever think she helps me.
Shout out Keanu and Pinch of Salt.
Yeah, she's dope. I learned a lot of stuff from her. Like, she's been one of the people, one of the relationships that I've garnered on my journey that has really helped me and taught me things. Like, taught me this.
Right.
Like, she's a real private chef. Like, she does the pretty stuff, the plating and things like that. So just being with her when we do business is business. But she don't think she helps me because I'm already there. 90, 85, I would say 75 to 80% of the shit is already done.
Right. So
Go ahead.
How are you putting yourself in the best position, like for growth or for opportunities in the field of
I
as
put
a
myself
chef
out there.
or restaurants? How do you
I
do
put
that?
myself out there. If anybody asks for anything, whatever kind of cuisine, whatever kind of meal, hey, I can do it. Any chef out there I see post on Facebook, Instagram, or hey, I need help for this day. Hey, what's up? Just let me know.
That's right.
I'll cook, because at the end of the day, I just want to cook. At
Right.
the end of the day, I just want to get better. That's my only goal.
Do you feel yourself getting better though?
Every day. Every day I
You
feel
know how
myself
some niggas
getting
like
better.
you doing this for a minute, and then it's like, damn, this shit getting easy. I'm going to the next level, and you feel that, like you see it, like you feel it within yourself.
Yeah, and
Do you feel that?
every time I start to cook, I feel it. Every single time I start to cook, I feel myself getting better, because things will just come to me.
What are you doing to make yourself get better though? Is it just repetitions?
Repetition.
Like I'm gonna cook this for the kids. I'm gonna do this for what?
I'm gonna cook this, and that's it. Not for the kids, not for nobody.
No samples, none
no
of that.
samples. I've cooked. I cook literally all the. Well, I've cut. I'm not even gonna say all the time now. I've cut back a little bit. Like I said, but because I'm rebranding. But when I do cook, I cook not for nobody. I cook to get better. Like, nobody eats it. Like my mom will tell you, like, she don't. I was cooking this today. She like, why are you cooking all that stuff and you not even going?
Yeah.
I'm cooking for my guys today.
Right,
Somebody's gonna eat this.
Yeah,
but
man, it's delicious
she'll
too,
see
though,
me.
bro.
I'll cook a spread like this.
Some cornbreads, man, that is crazy.
I'm gonna fuck it up.
I can't wait to
done.
just
Like, I
cut
just
the
don't
cameras
wanna
off,
do too
man.
much.
If you could give us your top 5 like dishes, what would they be? That you know that's just gonna go?
The Rockers.
Oh, anything with steak, salmon.
What kind of steak?
What kind of?
Hold on. Let's do it. This steak, salmon. Do your 5.
Steak, salmon, pastas, gumbos, like soups. I do great with soups, and anything in barbecue, really.
Barbecue,
Ribs, smoking things. I would say tri-tip is my number one favorite thing to barbecue.
Yeah, he had smoked the chicken and put it inside the gumbo one time. Boy, that shit was crazy.
Chicken gumbo. Oof.
That's what
So are you in charge of, say y'all have a family picnic or something? Or are you the one that's on the grill now? Or you assume that role?
Yeah, I'm the one I cook everything. If somebody book with me, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna see me. And if you don't see me, it's only because I was booked with. I had to be somebody else, somewhere else.
Got you.
No, he talking about with the family.
I'm talking about what like y'all have a
Oh,
family
family
reunion.
no,
or
that's
something.
Pops.
Pops still got the
even
throne?
today, we got something cracking at grandma's house tonight. Pops was grilling this morning.
Okay.
The
Like, I had
dads
to wait.
invited.
Yeah, we right there in Linwood.
For
We
sure.
right there in Linwood.
So, man.
Pops was on the grill. I had to wait for him to get done to get my ribs.
Oh,
on.
okay.
Like, so
Okay, I
any
got
family
you.
function, I fall back in.
Right. Pops still got
And
that.
let
One.
Pops do.
Pops still run the grill right
Pops
now.
on the grill. Mom do the sides and desserts. Like, I step back
Right.
because I'm still learning from them.
Okay.
Like I said, we was talking behind. They don't tell me nothing. It ain't like they don't have no recipes. Ain't nothing written down in my. I don't got one of them families where our recipes is written
Passed down. Yeah.
I literally ask my mom every time she cooking, how you make that? I just put this in this. I just throw some. All right, ma. So
Right.
I just gotta sit here and watch.
Good,
Sit here and watch it, then you figure out.
And then I figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I try not to cook when I'm not.
yeah.
Is that
I'm
hard
not
for you
working.
to do with people? Like people actually work with you and they dishes they don't even know they seasoning count and all that. They just be like,
No, it's not hard. It's everybody cook different.
for sure.
Everybody cook different. I give any chef or any cook that work with me their space to be creative or their space. It's a to taste thing.
Mhm.
Like, do it to taste. If you think it tastes good, then bring it to me. Of course, it's my dish or whatever. I'm gonna tell you if it need more of this, more of that, or whatever. But do it to taste. I might taste what you have and be like, oh, this is fire. We gonna leave it just like that.
Mhm.
Like, it's always.
But
I
what
don't
if they
ever
don't know what how much like
if they don't
that's
know,
what I'm saying.
unless they tell me from the jump, then you probably gonna get fired. Like, you probably gonna get, because I'm gonna have to. I don't have time to teach right now. Like, right now, I'm not a teacher. Like, I'm trying to grow my business. I'm trying to be a better chef than I'm trying to be the Snoop Dogg of the chefs.
Right.
I just want to be known like that. When you say my name, you know this is happening.
He
you
get
know
busy.
It's coming with
Right.
this. So unless you don't tell me, like, hey, I have this much experience with cook, I can kind of gauge how, I've worked here and done dishwashing. Oh, you probably ain't really worked the line that much. Or
Yeah.
I do this, or I've done that. Or some people only do egg rolls. Like, some people only do seafood boils. And them type of people, I can work with them, but you have to tell me, like, I only do seafood boils. Like, I don't really cook other stuff, because I'll tell you, hey, go cook this steak, go season and cook this steak medium rare or whatnot, and
Like,
then
nah.
turn around and expect it to be that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because you can't taste the steak
Right.
once you cook it. So if it go out, it has to go out without me tasting
Yeah.
it.
Right.
I've seen somewhere where it said you become more successful if you specialize in a specific thing. Like, you have doctors. You feel me? Like, it might be a doctor that's a physician.
Mm-hmm.
You might have a doctor that's a surgeon.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? The surgeon making more money than the physician might be making more. But at the same time, how do you feel with, like, as a chef, if you a jack of all trades, you can do a little bit of anything, as opposed to the person that's just doing seafood?
Mm-hmm. It's a technique thing. Because with being a chef, with cooking, you don't really fall into that jack of all trades category, because you have to, in order to be a good
there's a
chef,
wide
you
palate.
have to have a palate, right? Or you have to know how to make biscuits. Like, you have to
But
know
what if
these
I go
things.
to a restaurant and I'm specifically hired for this, and then I start my own specifically from this?
Then you're never gonna grow from that. Like, people do seafood boils. There's hundreds of seafood boils all the time out there that people do now, and you can only do that. But that came from this one idea. So now, once somebody go taste this, they can Google a seafood boil recipe. You can grab a bag of Zatarans, throw a gang of butter, some bunch of seasoning, because essentially that's really all it is. It's a bunch of butter, Cajun seasonings, and that's it.
And I love it.
And people love,
I love it.
And there's
My
businesses.
girl got a crazy seafood. Man, I had to invite niggas over there and taste it, man.
Like, see, some
Right.
people do their own little mix. Some people do their own little thing, but it's essentially the same base, right? So with cooking, or with being a chef, I gotta know how to take that seafood boil and turn it into something else, but it's still a seafood boil to
Okay.
separate myself, right?
Okay. So is that a difference between a chef and a cook? Explain that to me.
I've seen some
Explain
conversations about this.
Because
Yeah,
hey, because I've
Right.
seen you been I've seen you been challenged sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's only been about.
I've seen it.
Um,
But you know, you explain the difference between a chef and a cook.
so the main difference between a chef and a cook is
You Jay-Z some niggas low key. He
I
was on some Jay shit.
He
Like
took over.
you gotta I operate the entire team. Like I'm the coach.
that's the chef?
That's the chef. I'm the coach.
Okay.
Like you just said, like you spoke about, if you only do seafood boils, me as the coach, you gotta know you only do seafood boils, or you only good with seafood or whatnot. So when I put you somewhere and I need you to operate, I'm gonna put you where you operate best.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put this person where they operate best. So when the food comes out, it comes out hot, it comes out cooked properly. Everybody's done their job, right?
So you like leading the orchestra?
Yeah,
kinda
it's
like-
really an orchestra back there.
Okay,
Like
got you.
you gotta
And the
lead.
chef is the head guy.
One band,
I'm
one
the head
sound,
guy.
man.
Everybody
The
gotta
food bad, the
operate.
chef bad.
Yeah.
So it's not multiple chefs in one room?
No.
Hell no, boy. Them
No,
niggas
chef
make
running the
money.
whole thing.
There can be multiple chefs in the room,
Yeah, but it's
there's
one
only
head chef.
one
Yeah.
All of them might be chefs.
right.
All of them,
But it's one head guy.
One
It's
head guy.
one thing.
Around
So
some, okay.
you give too
So
many
you-
people title to speak back there, man. It'd be
Yeah.
too much
It's
commotion.
too much.
Right. So you got your experience as a head chef. What kind of advice would you give like an up and coming chef that's trying to make it to where y'all on the same path, on the same goals?
Because you wouldn't work with them. You said you wouldn't work with the upcoming that might.
Because
I didn't say
you
that.
got an opportunity.
Yeah. I
Right,
tried to say
but,
Yeah, no,
Right,
I'll
so-
work with the new guy. You just gotta let me
No,
know
yeah,
you knew.
yeah,
Don't be
yeah.
like, don't
Yeah.
be afraid of. Don't be afraid to learn. Don't be afraid to go in there and tell them like, I don't know how to do this. Because the good chefs are going to teach you.
Yeah.
The good cooks, the good people you work with are going to teach you. But you can't teach somebody. I can't teach you something I don't know you don't know.
Yeah.
Because then that's where attitudes come in. Because if I just go in, I never go in and tell somebody how I like to cut. Let me see how you cut. Like I had at Tennessee Jack's, one of the youngest, and she was my sous chef there.
Mhm.
She was 17. She in high
What's
school
a sous
still.
chef?
A sous chef is the next person in charge. So there's a
So
hierarchy.
you got the chef.
Mhm.
Talk to me.
You got the sous chef.
Okay.
You got then you have the line cooks. There are specific titles like garde manger, patisserie, and patisserie is a person who only bakes.
Okay.
They only do the baking, and baking
Wow.
is a whole different animal,
That's a whole different
a
realm.
whole different realm. And then the garde manger is somebody who's doing the hot stuff, the hot soups or the hot sauces and things like that. So they're the behind the sous chef. It's them because they're the next thing that comes up, right? So the sauces essentially are the last thing that get put on the plate. And then so you have then everybody else, the line cooks, like it's real French. It's real. So it started as a not a barricade, but it's a military thing. It's a hierarchy. There's a chef. There's this. Everybody has a job. Everybody has a designated title, and this is all you do. So if you go in the French kitchen, which is something I still want to do, like I still want to do high-end fine dining, and I want to go learn from people who do that.
They
Like,
travel the world. And shit,
travel the
go do
world, all of these Michelin star restaurants, all of these bourgeois ass small plate $1,000 price tickets. I want to go to those places so I can learn how to do that. So I can learn how I can get that and bring that to what I do. And that's really what it is. And it's not a personal thing. It's not. It's a business hierarchy. Like you listen to me or you listen to the person I directed. And if that person ain't in, you listen to the next person in line. And you can get there. You just have to be willing to work up the line.
Okay.
So, not to go off topic, why did you step away from Tequila Jacks?
Because they couldn't afford my salary.
what's not for you, but I'm just saying, what's the reasonable salary for a chef that's running a kitchen at a restaurant? 'Cause
I can
I know you
honestly
seen some low ball shit too.
At least a
No.
minimum, at least like 50, right? 50 a year or something like minimum, right?
Yeah. When you're running a kitchen, I would say 50 a year, and that's really only 25.
Is that reasonable?
It depends. It really depends on the size of the kitchen.
That's what I'm saying, like minimum, like, you
Depends,
feel me?
because like I said, I was at 50. I was at 52. And depending on business, depending on the size of the kitchen, like Tennessee Jack's is a big space. It's a dope.
Right.
It's a good looking space. The kitchen is small though.
Okay.
So it's not a kitchen where you can crank out 100 orders if 100 people walk in here. You can do it, right? But it's gonna
Take some time.
it's gonna take time. It's gonna be stressful on the kitchen. It's
Yeah.
gonna be this. It's gonna be that. If 100 people decide to walk in here at one time, yes, we can do it, but we're gonna run out of stuff. We're gonna do this because we're not prepped for that, right? So depending on the size of the kitchen, depending on it, it's a lot that goes into it. Which is why people nowadays are falling back from, like, there's a lot of chefs not doing restaurants. There's a lot of chefs doing pop-ups. There's a lot of chefs doing food trucks and little catering.
Create your own narrative.
Create your own narrative.
Yeah.
If I can manage,
Right.
you only need essentially a $10. Like, hypothetically, you sell a burger and fries for $10, right? It's a $10 plate. You need, if you're a small business, if you get 10 people to come in, you got, or let's even 15 people to come in to have your profit, 15 people to come in, that's $150 a day, right? You do that every day. You get 10 people to come in every day. You can set yourself up to where I don't have to have a big space. I'm making my overhead and I'm making a little bit of change to have profit, right? It's when you start to get into things I want to do, like operating a restaurant, because then you got building fees, you have staff, you got all this other stuff that goes into it, that at Tennessee Jack's that I'm sure as business owners, they understood, but when you have a kitchen, I've been saying this from the day I started and the day I really realized it. Cooking is a whole different animal. Like, it takes over. It's not something a business is a business, but not when it comes to cooking.
Yeah.
Not when it comes to operating the kitchen. Like, it's a whole separate business.
Was it a great experience though, working in a restaurant setting around other chefs?
Oh yeah, yeah.
What did you benefit from that?
I learned how to properly strain sauces. I learned how to properly make sauces. Like, I went to school during the pandemic online, but I had nobody to taste what I was making. So I got the book knowledge, like, which is essentially what I went for.
You don't have no field knowledge. You're trying to get.
You don't have no field knowledge. Like, I want somebody to sit here and tell me, like, nah, this shit flat, or like, nah, this need more salt, because outside of my own taste, it tastes good to me. Right. If it always tastes good to me, I'm never gonna change it.
Well, like D.A.D want to do that job. How you looking? D.A.D give me a taste. He'll be a taste tester.
Like, yeah, the first thing I always tell people,
I'll be your taste tester if you need me.
Pause.
I want to critique before you give me
pause, like you said. Food taste tester.
Yeah, I want to critique before praise. Critique me first. Let me know what I can, because I know I can cook. Well, yeah, like, ain't no humbleness to it. Like, I know I get busy.
Pop off. That's like that.
Right.
Pop
It
off.
ain't even. It's not a question about it, but I know I can get better. I know I'm not the best.
Do you ever feel intimidated or nervous?
All the time. When I felt intimidated and nervous before I came here.
Yeah.
Anytime I have to present my food to people, I feel intimidated and nervous.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. You do some thing right
bro.
there, man. I'm gonna take that.
You think is that a good thing? Is that a good thing?
That's a good thing.
Is that a good thing?
Right, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
To feel nervous or intimidated?
That just shows
I
you.
don't know, I think that's
I'm
just
saying,
something,
what's good about that? Talk to me.
something new. Like you feel me? You only feel nervous when it's something unexpected.
Yeah,
Right.
because and
I remember I used to
food-
feel that way when I used to play football, bro. I used to just be nervous for every game, like even since I was little, bro. Just the same game, but you know what I mean, like you doing the same thing all the time. You
All
know,
the
you
time.
cooking, but you still presenting a product to somebody. You know what I mean?
You don't know what their reaction gonna
Right,
be.
right,
Like I don't know if somebody gonna like this sauce, or I don't know if, and it's always like that.
That's how I am every time I drop the episode on YouTube. I'm like, oh.
That's what I was gonna ask. Do y'all ever feel nervous when we go into this? Are we going?
I know the talk, but now I'm talking
like-
about when I release it to
To the
everybody
world,
else can see it. It's
to the
like,
world.
But what about when y'all stepping to here?
No, not
Do y'all
really.
ever feel nervous?
I'm a natural shit talker, so
Yeah, I'm not nervous when I'm cooking. Like when I'm cooking, I'm not nervous. It's when it gets down to the last few minutes is when the nervousness start. Like then shit start running through my head. Like, damn, is this done right? Is this done properly? Is this done? Is this done? Is this done? And then the presenting part, it's like if you got like I just did 200 people, like you have to come to a thing within yourself. Like it's really you're not gonna please everybody.
facts.
Like you can't please everybody. Like there was people on that during that dinner. It was a Sunday night. 200. I don't think 200 people showed up. Maybe about 120, 150 people showed up.
Yeah.
You
that I
made
had
all
to
the
feed.
plates?
Yeah, I did all the me and the homegirl, Chef Q.
Shout out Chef Q.
We did all the plates for that dinner, and the appetizers. And the first few plates that went out, the lady who organized it came back and was like, yeah, people not happy. Like people don't like this. People don't like. I did roasted chicken, asparagus, Brussels sprouts, yellow rice, short rib crostinis, bruschettas, and some chicken skewers.
For sure.
Once the place came out, the dinner time, this was a 90th birthday party. Once the place came out, dinner time, oh, people not liking this, people don't like this. I'm visibly, like, you see me shaking. Like, I'm done. Like, I'm crushed. Like, first few people, I have no idea how many people actually ate that first round. I'm pretty sure the first round was good, but when she came back and told me that, it shook me to my core. Like, I really believe I messed up this lady entire event from the onset, just from these few people. And then she came back like, oh, like, my bad. Like, it was only these people was like 80 years old or something like that. She was like, oh, only these few people said that, but everybody else is like, everybody's loving it. And everything is great. And I'm like,
that's a part of it.
Like my heart, like I got excited, like okay, like good, like cool.
Everybody not gonna like it. How bad you try to appease everybody.
That's what that day made me realize. Really, you can't please.
For sure.
Like everybody's not gonna. No matter how much of a foot I put into it.
Yeah.
No matter how much love I put into it.
Everybody don't like the
not
same
gonna
thing,
like it.
bro.
Facts.
But with that being said, man, let the people know once again, man, where they could follow you, how they can get the catering done, where they could enjoy these pop-ups that you do with this good food that you've been slinging. Let them know what's happening.
The best way to get in touch with me is Instagram and Facebook. Instagram at Chef Rondoe, Facebook Ronnie Woods. You can Google that. Northtown Bistro, and then I have a Facebook group, Northtown Society. You can Google all this. You can type it in the Facebook. And the biggest thing, the most important thing is catering. If you want it for you specifically, you know, the easiest way to get it is have me cater any event that you have, birthday parties, weddings, funerals, whatever. If you just want to have a private chef come, you tired of cooking for the day, you know, hit me up. On Instagram and Facebook.
You already know you're available, man.
Like, subscribe. You already know.
Like, subscribe.
Follow.
Let's get these good eats in, man.
You already know.
Let's get it.
Shout out D.A.D, baby. You know what I'm talking about?
Niggas start kicking in, I start sweating.
Yeah, I know, bro. I start seeing you sweating. I'm like, man, we might got